very soggy, wet one for the folks in Slidell and some people around here, too, today.
Pretty miserable start to the day, and I don't see much change for tomorrow, but there is some hope in sight. We should see a little sun at least by the weekend, so that's some good news. But early this morning, it was a mess, especially up on the North Shore. Parts of Slidell received anywhere from 2 to 6.5 inches of rain, resulting in a lot of street flooding. Let's show you the rain totals around the area today, and you can see that, again, they were quite varied. At the Nation Center, only about 2/10 of an inch. Lakefront Airport, only 1/1800 of an inch. Harvey had 3 inches of rain, and in Metairie, almost 2 inches of rain. So certainly the hardest hit area on the North Shore today. Check out the radar pictures from tonight from about 6:45 p.m. and we still had a few showers and thunderstorms showing up from Mississippi and the North Shore, all tracking off to the southwest. Then they just sort of fizzle. The reason for that is that a lot of the energy comes from the daytime heating, and once the sun sets, those thunderstorms really don't have the power, so they just kind of diminish. But again, by tomorrow, we will see them reappear across the area. Going to be on the scattered side, but most locations should have a shower or thunderstorm during the day. Now on the satellite shot, notice this little rotation down in the Gulf of Mexico. This is an upper-level low-pressure center. It just continues to sit there. We see little impulses moving around that low, and that's what has triggered all of the thunderstorm activity across Louisiana and Mississippi for the past several days. Another interesting thing to point out, look at all of the bright reds showing up across parts of Cuba and Florida tonight. This is associated with a tropical wave, and yes, it's the same tropical wave we were talking about last week, tracking across the Atlantic. Well, it's finally made its way into Cuba, and it has dropped as much as 10 inches of rain there. As it pushes into the Gulf of Mexico tomorrow, we will have to watch that very closely for further development. Let's check out what's happening around our area tonight, because we have mostly cloudy skies reported at the airport in Kenner. The temperature is 76 degrees. Also 76 degrees reported at Audubon Park. Slidell is 74. The humidity is way up there at 97%. That means the air is really just about completely saturated. We have a southeast wind blowing at 7 miles per hour, and the barometer is steady. On our national map, you'll notice that to our west today it was pretty nice across Texas, also pretty nice across the Florida Panhandle. Unfortunately, we are right in between with this little area of cloudiness here with this disturbed area of weather. Also, the disturbance now pushing across the state of Florida, you can see as the bright white clouds showing up there, should bring a lot of rain to that part of the country tomorrow. To our north, it's been the same old story for the past several weeks. We've had this frontal system stretching from west to east with all of the bright white areas there showing more showers and thunderstorms tonight. The reason this system has not moved is that the upper level currents are moving right along it parallel. It doesn't give it the push it needs to move north or south. And since that's the dividing line between the warm and the cooler air, that's where it becomes the battleground for these showers and thunderstorms like it will be again tomorrow. In our area, no major changes. Take that umbrella to work. Tomorrow we are expecting more showers and thunderstorms. Tonight we even have the possibility of an isolated shower or thunderstorm with temperatures in the 70s. I think tomorrow maybe a few glimpses of sunshine, but the scattered showers and thunderstorms will be around. The high temperature should be around 90 degrees. Here's that extended forecast, and things start to get a little bit better on Thursday, about a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. But as we approach the weekend, looks like we will head back into a hot and mostly dry pattern. Temperatures in many spots by the weekend could be in the mid-90s, and I think we're ready to sweat as long as we have a little sun.
All that rain you showed over Cuba, that's coming toward us, coming our way?
It's going to be moving into the Gulf of Mexico, and it's amazing because we've been watching that since last week, and so now it's finally made it here, and a lot of rain associated with that system. If that high does build into our area, it wouldn't be anything for us to worry about, but of course this time of year you never know, so we'll be watching it.
We were reminded of that this morning. Still ahead, the curtain goes up on what may be the next mega musical.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's newest hit opens in London.
Once again, the Chrysler Corporation has bestowed on Bergeron Chrysler Plymouth its highest honor, the Award for Excellence for 1993. To celebrate this highest of honors, Bergeron Chrysler Plymouth is offering the first of a new generation of cars, the 1994 Chrysler New Yorker. This fully equipped luxury sedan is completely equipped, including dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and can be leased for only $317 per month from Louisiana's largest volume retail Chrysler Plymouth dealer, Bergeron Chrysler Plymouth.
I'd love to say right now 3 or 4 of the designers that we carry, but then you wouldn't be able to save the money that you can save by shopping at the Men's Wearhouse. We have an arrangement with the manufacturers. We will not mention their names on television. You have to come into a Men's Wearhouse store and see for yourself. And quite frankly, when you're in a store for 1 minute, you'll recognize the brands and you'll understand the savings that's hanging on the rack. I guarantee it.
The Men's Wearhouse. Call 1-800-776-SUIT.
When you're looking for a new car, truck, or van, there are over 70 dealerships in the area with all different sizes, shapes, and colors. But only one bank with the guaranteed rate, Jefferson Guarantee Bank. Our low rate takes the guesswork out of auto loans. At Jefferson Guarantee Bank, you can be pre-approved over the phone. Call your Auto Financial Center at 838-4554. Jefferson Guarantee Bank. More money for your money. Guaranteed.
Seen the new car prices lately? That's what we said. So we're lowering the prices on Oldsmobiles, including the Cutlass Sierra. And you'll know what to do with the savings. Nah, maybe a bass boat. And for $13,995, the Cutlass Sierra has a bunch of neat stuff. We know you don't like to hassle or negotiate. So, see your Greater New Orleans Oldsmobile dealer today and drive the new $13,995 Cutlass Sierra Value Edition.
Finally, British composer Andrew Lloyd Webber now has 5 musicals running on the London stage.
The newest entry is another hit. It's Sunset Boulevard, based on the American movie classic. Jackie Fuller has the story.
London's Adelphi Theatre sparkled with an impressive array of stars as celebrities gathered for the premiere of Andrew Lloyd Webber's latest musical, Sunset Boulevard. The composer of Cats, Starlight Express, Joseph and Phantom of the Opera has struck gold, and his remake of the Hollywood film about a fading silent movie star looks set to run and run.
My head is late, where we are live before tonight.
I loved it, yeah. It's a wonderful set. The performances are amazing. Patty is award-winning stuff, I reckon.
sang along with it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Perfect show.
It's not the bouncing and bobbing sort of cheeky Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's a serious Gothic tragedy, and I thought it was terrific.
The show is scheduled to open on Broadway sometime in the future.
Would you like to share with the audience your
and it's not cheeky. Yeah.
That's the news. Thanks for watching.
Have a good night.
I think she'd do it.
See you tomorrow.
Hi, Robin. How are you today?
Just fine. Jim, how are you doing?
When a customer gets a new prescription, there's a lot for them to remember, like possible side effects, interactions, and proper use.
In a new medication, the
To help them remember, I give them their own personal EckertRx advisor for each prescription. It gives them all those facts and more. With the EckertRx advisor, my customers can go home with the information they need on every prescription, and that makes me feel better.
To an Eckert pharmacist, nothing's more important than your health.
Bye-bye.
First, I looked at the Corolla. Then I checked out the Geo Prism. Virtually, they're the same car, but the Prism had a much better price.
I like the Prism because it's American-made.
I like the way my new Prism looked, like it was really expensive, but it wasn't.
The all-new Geo Prism. Innovative engineering and contemporary styling, plus an affordably low price, make Prism the smart sedan of the 90s. Test drive the all-new Geo Prism, only at your Super Chevy dealers.
I love my new Prism.
Well, I started Kids for a Clean Environment because I thought my friends and I could do something to help. What Melissa didn't know was kids everywhere wanted to help. They did a news story on Kids Face, and before I knew it, kids were coming out of the woodwork, so we just sort of adopted our club. Thanks to Walmart, we've got over 100,000 members now. If you want to know more, you'll find the Kids Face newsletter right here at Walmart. Join the club and help the world.
We're talking about romance and what some spouses did just for the sake of keeping that flame alive.
He brought his hand around with the ring and he said, "Will you marry me?" And the first thing I said is, "I think I'm gonna faint."
Romantic Moments, Wednesday at 4 on Channel 4. Join the American Legion Band, Metairie Post 175, for a free concert in Lafreniere Park on Wednesday, July 21st at 7:30 p.m. Come on out and bring the family.
The Emmy Award-winning Oprah, weekdays on Channel 4. From WWL-TV, this is a Channel 4 editorial with Phil Johnson.
Good evening. We have been getting some phone calls from people in this area, elderly people mostly, who are frightened. They are getting calls from men who claim they are from Medicare and insist they have to come out to their homes and go over a brochure with them concerning their Medicare coverage. Now, some of these elderly people have called the Medicare office and found out that Medicare does not send people to individuals' homes. They're not sending out any people to talk to residents in this area. And this is what frightened them the most. They worry that these callers might be intent on robbing them or gaining access to their homes for later mischief. And as a result, they're not answering their doors to any callers and sit frightened in their homes. We checked with the Medicare office in Louisiana, and they too have been hearing from concerned and frightened people. Apparently, they checked out some of these callers. They told me they seem to be hustlers trying to sell supplemental insurance to Medicare coverage. Just plain old insurance salesmen who use the Medicare dodge to get their foot in the door. They infer they are from Medicare, when in reality, they're just trying to make a sale. The Medicare office says there is a simple way to handle these people. Just ask for their credentials or their names before you let them in your home. Get their names and tell them you want to call the Medicare office to check on them. Incidentally, the toll-free Medicare number in Louisiana is 1-800-462-9666. We'll repeat that, 1-800-462-9666. Give them a call if you need. They'll be happy to help you. Good evening.
This has been a statement of opinion by the management of Rampart Broadcasting Company. If you disagree, WWL-TV invites your reply.